Hey everyone, Justin here with AmericanTrucks.com with a quick breakdown and install of the officially licensed Ram Tailgate Assist, available for all 09 to 18 Ram 1500s. Now you guys should be checking out this officially licensed option if you'd like to prevent the factory tailgate from slamming down every time you open it, all for right around 50 bucks. So this is a simple one, guys, and it's simply designed to help those 4th gen owners out there who are tired of having that factory tailgate slam down every time you open the bed up. Now basically, this little guy right here is going to install on the tailgate itself, along with the bed, using the included hardware and brackets to slowly lower that tailgate on your Ram at home. Now, as an added bonus, guys, this kit has been officially licensed by Ram, and that is shown right here thanks to the branding on the strut itself. Now, the kit does contain a main damper, as I can show you right here in my hand, along with the mounting brackets that will help mount this on the driver's side of your truck, and by the way, don't require any drilling whatsoever. Now, instead, they will mount using existing holes and hardware in the tailgate and on the bed, which are present on the 09 to 18 Rams. Now, everything has been finished off in a durable black powder coat, and that, of course, that Ram logo right here on the damper itself. It's gonna be a very easy to install modification. Now, your price point for the Ram option is gonna live right around 50 bucks here, guys. It's gonna be a little bit more expensive compared to a similar option on the site from Barricade, but again, just keep in mind that Barricade option hasn't been officially licensed by Ram, so just something to consider there. Install is going to get a solid 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and take about 30 minutes to complete from start to finish. Now let's head out to the shop. Let's check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
The tools you're going to need for this install include an electric and regular 3/8 ratchet, a 5mm Allen key, a 13mm socket, a T45 Torx socket, 10mm wrench, and rivet nut hardware that's included in the kit. Or for an easier installation, you could use a rivet gun. All right, guys, so the first step of the install, we're gonna be installing this bracket here. So we need to remove a couple things before we get that installed. So we're gonna grab a T45 Torx socket and remove this bolt. First, we're gonna lift up on this tab that holds the cable in place. We're just gonna remove that and lay it off to the side. Now we can remove our bolt. Then we'll grab our bracket, slide that bolt through. We're gonna thread it down back into that same position. Tighten it up with our T45. Now we could reinstall our cable. So now what we're gonna do is install our rivet nut in this hole here. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide this into that hole. I'm going to grab a 5mm Allen key and a 10mm wrench. I'm going to put our key into the Allen head bolt, and then we're going to start tightening up our nut. Make sure that we have this as straight as possible. This might be a little tedious process, but we are making some progress. Now that we have this nice and tightened up, our rivet nut is in place. We're just gonna back our bolt out, following with all those washers. And now we have our rivet nut installed. Now we can thread our ball mount into that rivet nut we just installed. Just gonna snug that up with a 13mm socket. Now we can remove this bolt here with the T45 Torx. Once we have that removed, we're going to remove that little plate that's hiding behind that. All right guys, so in the instructions, it involves removing this restrictor plate here, but instead, if you cannot get it off, what you can do is grab a needle nose pliers and bend these tabs here so they sit flat when you reinstall. So now we could reinstall this. I'm going to use that same tool that T45 torques. There we go. So now that we have everything installed for our mounts and hardware, we can install our tailgate assist. So we're going to have this go into the ball of our mount. It's just going to pop in there like so. And it's going to be that same for the bottom. And now your install is complete. So that's going to wrap up the review and install on a Ram officially licensed tailgate assist with Ram logo for your 09 to 18 Ram 1500. Thanks for watching, and for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.